So join us. See what shenanigans we get into next. Who knows, maybe somewhere along the way, you'll find your favorite winemaker. Sonoma in November doesn't always get it right, but today is magnificent. Sounds like we're wine tasting in a history book today because Sonoma Plaza, well, it's basically a museum that you can drink in. Once again, we've ducked off the sidewalk and into one of those cute little passages I told you about. So on your next visit to Sonoma Plaza, keep your eyes peeled because around here, the best experiences are rarely the loudest nor the easiest to find. Today, we're meeting Morgan and Chris from Bedrock at their historic tasting room, which just happens to be inside Civil War General Joseph Hooker's old house. Yeah, no biggie, nothing to see here. Oh, and we have Sonoma Wine Country OG Joel Peterson sitting in with us today. But Morgan just calls him Dad. No pressure, just one of the original voices of modern Sonoma wine. Definitely need to try not to embarrass myself too much. I just can't believe how old this thing is. I mean, we're talking like Civil War General.
Yes, so this is a house that dates to 1854, and what's crazy is it was called a knockdown, and it came from Scandinavia. It was like early IKEA, and there's like 4 of these houses around town. But this is a 1.5 story one, which was the house of General Joseph Hooker, who planted our vineyard.
Wow.
So it's just right here.
We showed you some 1888 vines. We wanted to show you something even older.
Even older,
yeah. No, and it's kind of fitting because we're kind of right in the middle of all the history of downtown Sonoma, where it's like we've got the Mission right across the street, we've got the barracks, we've got the monument for the Bear Flag Revolt, which happened here.
Wow.
For one very brief instance, Sonoma was the capital of California.
You guys are timeless.
That's what we're going for.
Well, thank you.
As I hit my mid-40s, I increasingly feel this way. So.
And I'm so proud of my brother. We're talking all this history. He hasn't made one old joke yet. And thank you.
Listen, I got more coming.
You didn't tell me we were sitting in history's patio.
Figured show you the 2 wines from the 2 vineyards that we've visited. So Evangelho Vineyard, so the vines planted in the 1890s on sand from out in Contra Costa County. And then Bedrock Vineyard, which is our one here in Sonoma Valley.
I expected a rainbow to come out of that thing.
Just over the top.
That doesn't happen until it goes in the glass. And then it comes out as a rainbow.
Pouring rainbows.
Welcome to the historic General Joseph Lee Hooker House.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Always a pleasure to be here.
That smells good.
As Margaret Mondavi told me when we were toasting one point in Europe, she said, and I didn't look her in the eye when we were toasting, she said, "Look me in the eye, or it's 7 years bad sex." And when an 87-year-old woman tells you that, you look her in the eye.
I am here for it.
With Evangelho, really sandy soils. We were talking about how windy it was, so like there's a lot of freshness that stays up in the wine. So even though it's based around Zinfandel, this is not, I think, what people think about when they're thinking about Zin in terms of having a lot of energy, really soft structure from the sand. Sees no new oak. It's all aged up in like 600-gallon foudres.
And you really feel the Morvet or the Mataro on it. It brings kind of all that savory, umami goodness to
It's
Evangelho.
all like briny.
So how much do you attribute that softness and that fineness of the tannin to the own roots or to the sand?
Great question, Joel.
It's a good question.
It's not your first day in wine, is it?
Dad has no idea what the answer to this could be. I think it's really the sand as much as anything else. Well, you go to any place that has sandy soils, and there's always this sort of like fineness of structure and elegance that comes with it.
And this has an amazing, acidic structure that I'm not used to seeing in Zin.
I mean, to give you an idea, one of the proudest moments of our winery was our friend Aldo Som at La Bernadette in New York, right? The famous 3-star Michelin
Fish place.
Shout out to Aldo.
Shout out to Aldo. He put this on as a pairing with a Haramisa and Bordelaise sauce. So we paired a Zinfandel-based California wine with power lines going through it in Antioch, California.
And rainbows.
And rainbows on certain days with a fish dish at arguably the greatest fish restaurant in the country, at least. And that was like a very special moment for Evangelho to be in a 3 Michelin-Starred
That
restaurant.
was really exciting.
That's why Frank is holding back that big old warehouse.
Exactly.
He's like, get back.
Yeah.
back.
I'm gonna need another off.
That's a good
Look at-
sign.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy. You're not supposed to pour your own wine, brother.
No.
This isn't Japan, sir.
No, but you get why we, leverage the hell out of ourselves to save these wines, right? I mean, you can taste, it's unlike any wine from California.
Wine's delicious.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What are triggers for you? Alcohol, acid,
So
pH. What are your kind of priorities?
That's one of the reasons why we put so much effort into the farming, which is like a roundabout way of answering your question. It allows us to have really physiologically ripe fruit at lower potential alcohol. I mean, it's Zinfandel, so we're still, flirting with 14%. Like in general, we're working with old vines in California. You're not worried about density. You're not worried about weight, and you're certainly not worried about getting enough sunlight because we are in the Golden State.
Now I really want to pour more like you did, but
Right.
We got a few more wines to try.
we are wine tasting, not wine drinking.
yeah,
so
And then you can go back and drink.
did you see the Psalm jump in? He got
Yeah, I was going to say, he's getting itchy watching me pour.
No, you're just like me.
I want the next one.
Yeah.
That last one was so good. We need to have the next one.
Empty glasses makes me nervous too.
Totally.
So this is also a 2022, which I thought is fun because I think you can showcase. These are like our 2 most important vineyards, or the 2 largest vineyards we work with. But you have the sandy soils out at Evangelho Vineyard, but then at Bedrock we're moving into Sonoma Valley, and you're moving on to volcanic soils. So iron-rich soils tossed with a lot of basalt cobble. The wines are extremely different, and that's all just based on where it's grown.
Look at your color
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, always deeper color at Bedrock.
for sure.
I assumed these were going to be like full Zins, but they're not. You're saying there's other things in here. Now, is that winery done? Is that field done?
Whenever it says heritage wine on one of our labels, that means it comes from an old vine field blend. It's the one thing that we make in California that is truly Californian. You have like a variety that's originally from Croatia in Zinfandel, and then you're surrounding it with varieties that are all co-planted in the same field that are Portuguese and Spanish and French and Italian and from Central Europe. So when we say heritage wine, we're really leaning into like that tradition. Even though they're based around Zinfandel, we also wanted to take Zinfandel off of the label, because I think a lot of people come into tasting and they kind of think of Zinfandel as one way, the sweet kind of like overripe, like that, like
Motussin.
exactly. And so it's sort of like that. So it's like sort of like if we can actually have people kind of like shed that weight. The other part of that Aldo Somm story was that Aldo would also be like, tell his servers to be like, go pour this wine, don't tell them what it is.
Yeah.
And then when they would go and be like, wow, this works magnificently, and he'd be like, and it's California Zinfandel, it's
Don't
just sort
give
of
them
like,
the preconceived notion.
Exactly.
Allow them to feel the experience of the food and the wine, and then grow from that.
Yeah.
That's an amazing part of wine, I think, that more people need. They're too busy focused on what exactly it says here, or it contains sulfites, instead of just really enjoying what's in the glass.
what's there.
I just had a wine tasting epiphany about these two. My palate just went after the acid in Evangelho.
Mm-hmm.
My palate went after the tannins.
It's 100% correct.
That's very easy to see. It's very easy to grasp and to get a hold of.
Someone will really prefer Evangelho, someone will really prefer Bedrock, and the best part of that, you get to go, there is no wrong answer. Right?
None.
Like, they're just different.
Nobody can tell you what your palate likes, but palates do evolve with exposure. The more wines you try, the more your palate will expand. This is what I call the wine journey. And the steps along the way teach you that just because you like it doesn't make it good, and just because it's good doesn't mean you'll like it. One of the biggest traps that sabotages most wine drinkers is they attach themselves to just one wine. Do you always order the same wine or refer to yourself as a Chardonnay person? If this sounds anything like you, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are missing out. Wine is not a destination, but rather an exploration of place, an ever-evolving palate journey that teaches one constant. The more wines you drink, the more you will learn to appreciate and love wine. Wine is one of those magical things in life that is both complex and evolving while being utterly simple at the same time. The key to winning at wine is to always continue exploring.
In terms of a sort of a misconception about Zinfandel is that somehow it like can't age. And when it's made in a really ripe style, it usually can't. But when you make wines the way that we do from really old vineyards, we know that they age well. And the real proof of concept is provided by Dad, who started Ravenswood in 1976. And so we get to see wines from these vineyards.
Well, and I had the joy of having a very extensive library. So
Wait a
it's-
minute.
It's very special.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Joe, but I have to pour these out?
Right.
This is the tasting part. This
Yeah.
is
It's the
Oh,
tasting
man.
part. It's
You
the
can
tasting
come-
part.
you
You can go back.
So, Dad, do you want to start with the 96 or do you want to start with the 23?
Put them both in the glass side by side.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
left 23, right.
If you
96.
can't tell the color difference, then you are fired from this table. That's how I feel.
It's a good colorblind test for people.
So one more time for me, because I wasn't listening to the dates. I was trying to keep my other wine.
So this wine was made in 1996, and it's a vineyard that is truly a heritage vineyard planted in the mid 1880s. When I first saw this vineyard in 1975, I was smitten with it, but it was covered with, old cars and dead washing machines, and I didn't actually get back to that vineyard until 1981, when I got a call from Otto Teller, who had purchased the vineyard from the woman who owned it. He said, "Would you like to help me, recover these vineyards?" And we got rid of the old cars and the dead refrigerators, and underneath it, we found this amazing vineyard. So the first wines I made from this vineyard, vineyard was producing like a half a ton an acre.
Jeez.
And the berries
That's
were
low.
That's
really,
very low.
really tiny. Unless you were a real wine nerd, they were undrinkable. But I opened a bottle of the 96 recently, 86, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, and it was magic.
Yeah.
It was like it just turned into something that was really, truly beautiful.
Well, now and then now his stepson Will Buckland, who's a very close friend, took over the farming there in 2000.
2000, yeah.
It's one of the most special picks of the year because we get fruit from there. Joel gets fruit from there. Joel the elder's there. Joel the younger's there.
Yeah,
it's kind of this like really celebratory harvest pick where the families come together. And I got married there.
That's like the cool auntie's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it is a sacred part of the valley.
Yeah.
And it was really one of the early vineyards, and the fact that it still exists is magic.
Old Hill is really special. And this year also Will gave my son Joel the younger a ton of fruit so he could make it himself. So he's now the third generation of Peterson
Oh,
to
cool.
make Old Hill Ranch. And in California, where we've only been making wine since the 1850s, 1860s, 3 generations is actually like a real thing. We're not quite like approaching Chav or anything.
Right.
So winemaking and labor laws have passed down.
Exactly.
Well done, well done.
Well done.
I think you can work your own children to death.
Right. Jesus.
Says who?
It's other people's children.
So,
People will be enjoying this wine long after I'm gone.
it's a beautiful wine. I haven't had the 23 in a while. It's really, really pretty.
I'm definitely inspired by all of this. It makes me wish that I got into winemaking to create a legacy of something that you can design, you can pass down, and you can have others enjoy like we are right now. Because this is remarkable.
It's one of the only things that you can make where, one vintage every year, you're able to capture one thing a year and not only just look back at it, but consume it. Thinking about 1996, where you were at, where Morgan was at, and you get to go back.
Awkward. 1996.
But no, the ability to be able to go back and revisit a year, spur on reminiscing about what was going on that year in the world or in your life. 1996, I was 10, and I don't think I had ever tasted wine then, unlike this guy who was already calling Pinot and Chard.
Well, red and white.
Yeah.
He was not colorblind. He was not colorblind. Apparently.
I can call that one.
What were you doing in 96?
I was getting married.
Really? God, you look good.
I got married in '96, and then we
He's
had
coming with the old jokes now.
He learned from me.
I was working in the entertainment industry. I was making music videos and commercials and movies. And where were you in
I was
96?
20 years old. I was in college in San Diego, living the beach life and the college life, and not yet into wine. Back then was shots and beers and craziness.
And you two hadn't connected yet.
We didn't know each other in 1996.
We did not know each other.
Yeah, I didn't even know that my brother and my sister existed.
I thought I was the oldest sibling in 1996.
Oh man, that's crushing.
I'm now the middle child.
That is a moment though, right? You're drinking a wine from a year that the two of you didn't know
I
each other
know,
existed.
We were getting
Here
married.
you are.
You were in college.
Wow. Should we go to the cellar? And
Wait, there's a cellar here?
just down the road in
the
bones
road
of General
up
Hooker.
Yeah. We go from a very incredible historic place to a basically aluminum-sided warehouse on 8th Street East, where all the magic actually happens.
That's right. You guys are on 8th Street too.
We are
My
all
Jolie.
we are there.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
The Bedrock family.
Cheers to
Joel.
Bedrock.
A wine's vintage identifies the growing season. If you only drink the mass-produced stuff, a wine's vintage likely means very little to you because, well, their playbook is designed to maintain consistency each year. On the artisanal side of the coin, every year has different days, which creates different grapes, which should create different wines. Artisanal winemakers revere and celebrate each vintage because they focus all of their time, energy, and love into that juice. Harvest is their World Series, y'all. It's their Super Bowl. That is why their wines have so much personality and so many stories to tell. Next, we're stopping by the Darling's house for some blind tasting fun, and then on to Bedrock Winery to meet the folks that make up their cellar village.
I was really scared earlier, and like, if you can't tell the difference in color, I'm like, crap, I'm gonna mess this up.
I was like, if you can't figure this out, you are not my brother.
What were you saying, Joel?
I was saying,
Who the fuck knows?
That's good B-roll laugh right there. That was an honest chuckle right there.
Cheers.
I don't want all that bad sex. Bring it.
no bad sex in your life.
No.